Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coastal Living. We'd like to welcome our first awesome guest in the house, Zach Gilmore. He is the owner of Holland Safe. Welcome.
Thank you, dear.
We're so excited to have you. I have to comment about it with our viewers. You have such a radio voice. So you have a movie trailer voice. You get that a lot?
I certainly do. I certainly do. I'm not sure where the voice came from, but it's what the good Lord gave me.
It's a good sales voice. I think if you use that to sell a safe, you're going to sell more safes. It's a sales pitch. Speaking of which, we're talking about safe. Keeping your nice things safe in your home.
That's correct.
Now, who is a good candidate for a safe? Is it anybody? Somebody with only expensive jewelry and rifles to keep safe? What do we got?
Well, it depends. If your house caught on fire today, what is it that you don't want to be on fire? If your house was robbed today, what is it that you don't want stolen?
Exactly.
That's one of the things you want to process when thinking about a safe.
Okay, and when I think about a safe, I think about a huge door size thing that I'm like, I probably could never afford one of those. But there's a lot of different options when it comes to safes. So what type of range do we have to look at?
Oh, absolutely. We are a full line safe company. So Corpus Christi is mainly a gun safe kind of town, but we sell jewelry vaults, we sell jewelry, commercial, residential safes, all different sizes, all different types. We're one of about 3 in the United States that does that.
Oh, really?
There are other companies that sell just gun safes, and they've chosen not to go into the commercial and the residential side, but we use our distributor network, and they like it all.
Wonderful. And so if I'm considering getting a safe, you said I want to consider the things that I want to protect, of course, in the case. And I actually have a bandmate whose house recently burned down to the ground. Bless his heart. We're doing our best to save money for him and do that. But it makes me think about that emergency situation where there's a hurricane coming, you have to evacuate. You can't take everything with you. You're taking your loved ones, your pets, and some survival stuff. So how do I evaluate what I have and what type of safe will be right for me?
Well, in a fire here in Corpus, from the time the fire sparks till the time the firemen show up and actually start putting out the fire, there's about a 20-minute time period. Now, the fire department will also tell us that it's going to take as much as 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, depending on the type of fire. So you need to have at least something that's about 45 minutes long to resist that fire if you actually do have a fire.
And this is a photo of a safe that
was out of Houston, Texas. The house did catch on fire. That is what a safe will look like after a fire. It's going to look like a big charcoal marshmallow after you've pulled it out of the fire and you're eating. What we're concerned, though, is we want to make sure that the contents on the inside are still good.
Exactly, and it looks like everything's pretty fresh in there.
It is. It is. We also do a lifetime fire and burglary warranty, so that person right there gets a free safe to replace their old safe. They pull their contents out, we send them a new one.
Impressive. And so you're talking about a time frame that you have. Does a safe need to be fireproofed? And if so, does it only withstand a certain amount of fire, or will it last an entire?
Yeah, you can get fireproof safes anywhere from 15 minutes, which really just makes you feel good, but it's not going to resist a fire.
No,
to as much as a couple of hours.
Because it can take a while to put out a serious fire, especially.
It can, especially let's say you're out in the countryside. You're depending upon a volunteer fire department. Their job really is to contain the fire. Where our Corpus Christi Fire Department, they're going to show up to the fire really fast. However, it's calling the fire department. There are times that you and I go, I smell smoke. Do you smell smoke? And we'll have a little conversation about this before we even find that there's a fire in the house. Or we're not even at home. And the neighbors are the ones that have to smell the smoke, and then they have to respond. And that's what takes that 20 minutes to get there. And that's why you want a little bit more fireproofing than usually what's sold in your big box retailers.
Okay, so it's not something that generically comes when you purchase a safe. It's something that you want to add on sort of like a package, and you're telling me that there's different time frames of resistance to get. So what are our options there?
Well, I usually don't like to sell anything that's under an hour in fireproofing, because if we really do have a fire, it's not going to hold up. So you'll see our product line anywhere from 1 hour to 2 hours.
Okay, and is there a limit on how much, or are we just like adding extra coats of nail polish? Like, that's what I'm imagining. Like, okay, you want an hour? Okay, one more coat? How does that work?
Well, a 2-hour fire is generally going to be able to a gun safe, 2-hour fireproof gun safe is going to be
Okay.
able to endure a 2-hour fire. And we're not going to have a 2-hour fire here unless
good
it's an
amount of time.
industrial and there's fuel burning or something of that nature.
Okay. So we see a good amount of options here. These look like the serious bank safes you see in movies, right? Tell me, what is a B-rated safe?
Well, a B-rated safe is really an old term that is no longer used and no longer regulated.
Okay.
There's a company called Underwriters Laboratory that replaced that term. Now, you'll still see a B-rated term being used, but again, it's just kind of slang in the industry now. What you see there in those pictures, you saw a white one on the left, that's called a TL-rated safe. TL-15, that's the highest rated gun safe in the industry. The next to it is called an RSC. That stands for Residential Security Container.
Okay.
And then you kind of go on down, and depending upon how much security you think you need, let's say you live in a high rise with a guard downstairs,
Sure.
you're not going to need, a TL-15 gun safe or a TL-15 rated jewelry safe. You may just need a nice RSC rated safe
Okay.
or just a good fire and burglary of some sort like that.
Awesome. So very informative, and we've got more details over there on your website. Tell me what your website is so we can go and check out our options.
www.hollandsafe.com.
Wonderful. Or you can visit the warehouse, 227 44th Street in Corpus Christi. Give them a call. Mention that you saw us on Coastal Living. 361-356-1494 makes a great Christmas gift for someone who seems like they have everything.
Absolutely.
Give them something to keep it safe in with Holland Safe. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, dear.
It was a pleasure to have you. I learned a lot. All right.